Okay, it is really not like me to get excited about a show after just one episode. And it is especially not like me to make an entire video about that one episode, even if it is an hour long. But sometimes I just can't help getting excited when I see a show that seems to have all the ingredients that I personally look for in a fantasy epic. You cannot just throw a show in my face that has amazing action, great introduction to the world, good dialogue, a main character that's neither a goody two shoes nor an edgy, shallow protagonist like many other action anime has, a medieval setting, a hint of mystery, and an absolute bloody brilliant movie length first episode, and expect me not to get a bit excited. I mean, it is always exciting to just jump into a new show without any prior knowledge of what it's about, having next to no expectations, and coming out of the first episode feeling like you might have just uncovered a gem in the making. And I wanted to share this excitement with someone, so I'm sharing this with you, whoever is watching this video. And of course, I'm talking about the newest anime of winter 2026, Sentenced to be a Hero. With the sheer number of anime coming out, it has become a necessity for a show to grab its audience from not only the first episode, but the very first scene even. And this show does just that. It throws you in the middle of chaos, with people dying left and right, unique looking monsters running rampant, and a boy running for his life with a casket that he refuses to let go. It instantly secures your attention with intriguing hooks. One thing I really loved was that the dialogue doesn't just spoon feed you everything, treating you like a toddler like many shonen does. It treats you with respect, giving you small bits and pieces of information, allowing you to use your intelligence to get a grip on what is really going on. I mean, it isn't the best dialogue when it comes to anime, as there are anime with masterful dialogue out there, but it feels natural, authentic, and subtle enough, proving the show's confidence in itself as it takes its time to slowly reveal its world to you. The setting of the show and the scope of this world is exactly what I desire from a fantasy show. A medieval setting with monsters, the designs of which are really unique and they have their own unique abilities. I love that they didn't just copy paste the stereotypical fantasy creatures like goblins, orcs, etc. Feels kinda refreshing. The world feels alive as it indicates that this world has its own history, rules, mystery, technology, politics, all of which are tangled with the plot itself. The fact that we are fighting the 47th Demon Lord shows that there has been a long line of Demon Lords before, illustrating the fact that this world has a long background upon which it is built. The idea of goddesses being weapons created to fight alongside a knight after creating a pact, and the fact that those goddesses can be corrupted and used by the Demon Lord being unknown and is actively kept hidden by the church adds an extra layer of intrigue. But the concept of this show is what amused me the most. A world where there have been multiple demon lords corrupting everything it touches and turning them into monsters, the holy knights fighting against it, the church being in control, having its own secrets, the idea that being sentenced a hero is a punishment worse than death as they are resurrected to be punished again if they ever die and lose a piece of themselves every time they get resurrected, completely flipping the meaning of the word hero. The characters don't feel like one-dimensional good or bad guys. I was especially impressed with the main character himself, a former Holy Knights captain who has been punished for his heinous crime and is now a hero, but is a just and capable man of intellect, bravery, and pure badassery, having a deep-rooted fear of losing his sense of self. Shows subtle hinting at his dark past, his refusal to make pact with the goddess, and the idea that his crimes were set up by the church itself makes you intrigued about his story and the bigger story going on behind the scenes. This episode established the world and the characters, gives the feeling of inevitable doom of the characters with no escape, forces the main character to make a decision he so strongly doesn't want to make to save people's lives, and gives you intense and gorgeous fight scenes that are pure hype. And at the very end, it declares that this world has something big hidden, something larger going on in the background, adding a sense of great mystery to the plot. And all this is done while maintaining a grand and epic feel. This is one of the shows that people who just casually watch the mega popular action anime and people who want actual good storytelling and writing will both be able to enjoy. A little something for everybody to like. I know I might be jinxing it, but this first episode showed me that this show has all the ingredients to become a fantasy epic. And I just hope it knows how to handle these ingredients and properly utilize them so that it can become something we all end up loving.